thank Jay Jacobs for reminding us, yes, he deserves more applause, what we've accomplished, and for setting the tone and vision moving forward, because there is so much work to do. And as a former Glen Cove girl, it's always great to get to be back in Nassau. Now, following on what Jay said, I think it's really important that we take a second and remind ourselves of all we've accomplished working together with the governor as a statewide Democratic team. Because there's so much negative getting thrown at us every single second from Washington. Sometimes you can feel overwhelmed and question whether we really have the ability to withstand the assault. But when we go through this PowerPoint, and you know the governor, he loves a PowerPoint, so tell him I delivered it well. They're not my favorite. When you look at this PowerPoint, you're going to be invigorated. You're going to be re-energized. You're going to feel like a superhero, because that's the kind of accomplishments that we have had in New York State. In New York State, we're moving forward on social progress. New York State is the nation's capital for social progress, not just moving forward, the capital. And let's go through some of the specifics. Marriage equality, let me just say, changed my life. Changed my life and my family's life. $15 statewide minimum wage, the first one in the nation signed into law. I gotta tell you, in my day job, I run a group that helps homeless women and children. Not one of them could afford any of the affordable housing units out there right now, but when they get to $15, there will be some they can afford. This is a game changer for low-income people. Now, it's not enough. That's why we have paid family leave, the most comprehensive in the nation. And say this one with me, because it's that important. What did we do? We raised the age. Let me hear you. What we do? We raised the age. It was a sin that New York State was one of 2 or 3 states in the nation treating 16-year-olds like adults. It's just wrong, and we have put that to an end. We have the most aggressive assault on education inequality in the state's history, ending the gap between rich and poor school districts. Let's hear us for that. And this is something you don't usually hear on a governor's list of accomplishments, but you hear it on Governor Cuomo and New York State's more attention to incarceration than ever before, and not just attention. The governor's closed more state prisons than any governor in history. That's a vote for the future of New York State. And I was proud to work with the governor on this when I was his senior advisor, the most comprehensive protections against sexual assault on college campuses in the nation. And I don't care what Betsy DeVos, the so-called Secretary of Education, tries to do. We are going to keep these protections in New York State, because our college students deserve them and need them, because enough is enough and time is up. And on that same vein, the first sexual harassment protection bill passed after the Me Too movement, because one thing we don't do in New York, we don't let grass grow under a problem. Again, first in the nation. The strongest environmental protection laws in the nation. As been said before, the strongest gun safety laws in the nation. The nation's first free tuition program for all public colleges and universities. That is a life changer. The lowest middle-class tax rate in 70 years. Does that stand in stark contrast to what happened in the federal government? The lowest middle-class tax rate in 70 years. Second highest millionaires tax in the nation. Highest on the East Coast, only behind California, but we'll find a way to beat them too. This makes our tax code the most progressive in history. Let's hear it for that. This is a long list. Now we got first campaign finance internet disclosure bill in the nation. the highest state investment in affordable housing, including supportive housing. This really will change the life and help end the homeless crisis in New York City once and for all. Because what we want is people to move out of shelter into permanent housing, not just keep going back and back to shelter like a revolving door. The governor made pre-K in New York City a reality and the greatest expansion statewide, because it really should be statewide. As we heard before, and this really tracks with the other social justice items that I've mentioned, the appointment of the first special prosecutor for police killings in the nation. Now this really, I believe, is critical, but also a real way to stick it to Donald Trump, if you know what I'm saying. The most aggressive immigration protections out there, providing legal counsel, and that's critical to helping immigrants, documented and undocumented, move forward. Let's hear it for the Liberty Defense Project. The most aggressive minority and women-owned business program in the nation, 30% goal. That's incredibly high. Let's hear it for 30%. The most advanced emergency preparedness operation in state's history, and that's to fight terrorism and climate change. So what do you see in all of that? I think you see progressive values. I think you see effectiveness. I think you see a state that's moving forward. So let me ask you, on social progress, where is New York going? We're moving forward. Let me hear it again. On social progress, where is New York going? Let me hear it again. I want it to be so loud that it makes Donald Trump look away from the Fox News he's been watching all morning long. Where are we going on social progress in New York? Forward. Thank you.